as I get pregnant, that's one of the first things that I think about. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this baby out. Guys, I'm thinking about it all the time. I'm like, geez, I gotta get this baby out. Oh gosh, what have I done to myself? Guys, welcome and welcome back to our channel, the Parchment fam. So yes, good morning. It's bright and early. It's 8:44 right now, and I'm on my way to an appointment, a doctor's appointment, or a prenatal appointment. Yes guys, I have them every week now. So I decided to take you guys along while I talk a little. Let's talk a little. Yes guys, so I'm by myself today. My husband had to work, so yes, I'm by myself. I'm tired, very tired. I feel tired. So guys, yes, let's talk, let's chit chat while I take this journey. My appointment is at 9, so I have 15 minutes to reach, guys. Yes, so yeah, let's talk a little. I want to talk about as I approach the final weeks. Well, before I get into that, if you're new here, my name is Jessica. We are having our 4th baby, so a lot of our vlogs are surrounded around that, so you can go and check out our other videos and get up to speed with what's going on. Yes. So yes, I'm going to my appointment now, and I just want to talk about some things that have really been weighing down on me as I approach these final weeks. Yes guys, I've been anxiously awaiting. And by anxiously awaiting, I mean more like, come on, drive. Wait, do I don't know what? Jesus. Yeah, so by anxiously awaiting, I mean more anxious than anything else. I'm a little worried about these things, guys. They're like constantly on my mind. There are things that I'm thinking about all the time. So there are around 3 main things that's always bothering me these days, guys, and I can't shake these feelings. So the first thing, guys, the first thing is, no, me not have no memory. Oh God. So what's the first thing? Jeez. Oh. Yeah, so the first thing is basically I just want to have everything ready. Like, and when I mean everything ready, I'm not talking about necessarily ready, like baby stuff getting ready, but I mean things that I won't be able to do once I have the baby. So I'll be out of commission for a while. So things like, for example, my hair. I want my hair to always be ready for the baby to come, and also for like a couple of weeks. So I have these twists in right now, which will be fine if I have baby, but I would like to loose them out, wash my hair, and do them a little bit smaller so it lasts for like a month. But I'm also afraid that if I loose it out and wash it, then I'm not gonna have time to do it. I might go into labor or something and not be able to do it back, because it usually takes me a couple of days to finish twisting up, especially when I'm doing like the mini twist, and that's what I really wanted to do. And I know the longer I wait, the more chances of me going into labor. But if comes to shove, I could rock these for another week or so. Yeah, so but like things like that, and even like the girls just to have their hair always ready. So I have them in a protective style right now that should last them for about 2 weeks, depending on how, you know, they're kids. They're always messing up their hair and stuff like that, and they don't like to sleep in the bonnet. So yeah, so stuff like that, you know, laundry, doing laundry, and just have everything in place. So whenever I have the baby, and that's, you know, and that's the funny thing with having, you don't know exactly when you're gonna go into labor. You can go into labor before you due date, after your due date, around your due date, anywhere there. So it's like you wanna have these things ready because you know that you're not gonna be able to do them, and there's just some things that I am the one that does it, you know. So yeah, so these are like, I'm always, every day I get up, I'm like, why am I drive so? Yeah, so every day I get up, I'm like, oh my god, I want this to stay in order. I don't want this to come out of place. I'm cleaning because I want the place to be clean and, you know, ready. So yeah, that's number one. Number two is basically my, I worry a lot about my little one. I really do worry about her and how well she's gonna do once the baby gets here, because I don't think I don't think she's ready for me. I don't think she was ready for me to have another baby. Right? I mean, I was ready. But I don't think she's ready. She still thinks she's my little baby, but she is. But she's a little bit more clingy than the other one. And even when I was pregnant with her, my second child, she was way younger than she is right now. Like, my second child was like, she turned 2 in October and I gave birth in December. And she's been 2, she's 2 and a half, or 2, she's almost 3. She's gonna be 3 in December. No, the third one that I'm talking about. So just imagine that age difference. And the other one, she was like, she didn't want anything to do with me when I was pregnant. She just kicked me to the curb. So she was fine. I didn't have to deal with this before because she was well adjusted. By the time she was 15 months, she was already in, you know, her own room, in her own bed, and she was not attached to me. And yeah, so this one, no, she still sleeps in my room. Even though she has her own bed, but she's super attached to me still. You know, I have to put her to bed. When it's time for her to go to sleep, she crawls into my bed, and she crawls into my bed. I have to put her to bed. She has to fall asleep like right beside me. So just imagine me having a baby in the bed. Yeah, so, and then she wakes up like around 4, 5 or 6, somewhere there, and she crawls into my bed and finishes her sleep in my bed. So these things really worry me, you know. How is she gonna adjust when I have the baby in the bed? What is she gonna do? Like, sometimes when I say baby, she's like, nah, she don't want to hear nothing about baby. And if I say, like, everything is like, mommy, mommy, mommy. If I say, go call daddy, go to daddy. Like, I'm trying to prepare her for now, because when, you know, especially in the first weeks, his daddy's gonna be doing most things for her. So when I say, go to daddy, nah, she starts to cry. So please pray for me. I'm so worried about her, like how she's gonna adjust and stuff like that. And speaking of adjusting, you know, that's the next thing I am worried. Not really worried, but I'm just thinking about how her life, and why is this person driving so slow under the freeway in the fast lane. So yeah, how is her life gonna adjust? Like, I know that's why the phone on the highway, man. So I'm like, how is this? How is our life going to be affected by, you know, adjusting to the baby, I'm a little worried about that. Yes. Or she not being the center of my attention anymore or something like that, you know? So I am worried about that. I think about it all the time, guys. Yeah, so pray for me again. The last thing now, which is the main event, the main thing, guys, and I'm pretty sure you can't guess what it is. Like the big thing that I'm really starting to think about. As a matter of fact, you know, as soon as I get pregnant, that's one of the first things that I think about. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this baby out. once the baby goes in, they gotta come out, right? So that's one of the first things that I think about when I'm pregnant. And as I progress and I get closer, especially I'm very close right now, or it can happen any day, I start to think about labor and delivery. Yep, think about it all the time, especially while, you know, I'm looking for the signs of labor, guys. Like I am, you have to be, at this point, you have to be just in tune with your body to see what's going on, because you want to know when it's time, you know, to go to well, to call the doctor. So yeah, I'm really worried now. Like, not worried, but yeah, I'm worried about the pain, guys. Like I mean, I don't think you could do it enough time to prepare you for the pain that you're gonna feel. And then you never know, because every labor is different, pregnancy is different. You never know how much pain you're gonna be in. But I know what the pain is like. You know, thank God I didn't have traumatic birth experiences. So not so crazy, but I mean, obviously I'm gonna be in pain, so I am worried about. I definitely am a little worried about labor. Guys, I'm thinking about it all the time. I'm like, geez, I gotta get this baby out. Oh gosh, what have I done to myself? Guys, I don't think anyone likes labor, but oh geez, when I think about it, I'm like, geez, but you know what I can say from experience is that it really helps to know the different stages of labor. It helps me, actually, you know, to know what is happening and when it's happening, why it's happening. I read a lot, and I like to know the entire process, and that gives me some form of peace of mind, right? So I get peace of mind knowing that everything is okay. Not everything is okay, but I get peace of mind knowing, like, oh, am I in early labor, am I in active labor, and stuff like that. And one thing that I do to help me cope with, you know, the first stages of labor is just to tell myself that this is not real. Like, I literally tell myself that I am not, like, I'm like, this is not the real thing, this is not the real thing. You know, as you get closer to labor, your practice or fake or false contractions, whatever they want to call them, the Braxton eggs, they pick up, like, they get more intense these days. They're really intense. They are more uncomfortable. Sometimes they're a little crampy now. So I keep telling myself that, oh, it's just Braxton eggs, it's not the real thing yet. And that's what I keep telling myself through the entire early labor, and that gets me through it. So by the time I'm in active labor, I'm already like 6 centimeters dilated, and I've been telling myself the whole time that this is not the real thing. So that's how I cope with it, guys. So that's why I think it helps to know the different stages of labor. And you know, by the time you're in active labor, there's no denying that you're in labor. Like, you're gonna be like having contractions on top of, like, you know, on top of each other. But the thing is, sometimes I get through active labor too without even with telling myself that. Because most times when I go in, I'm already 6-7 centimeters dilated, guys, and I've been at home, I've been having contractions, and even though in my mind I know this is it, but I still like, it's not time yet. I don't want to go on there like, oh, you're just 4 centimeters or 3 centimeters. Like, no. So I tell myself that this is not the real thing. And then when I go, 7 centimeters, and that's, guys, that's the scary part. That's the scariest part of labor, I believe, is the last phase. They call it transition, and that's when you're contractions, they literally just stack on top of each other like sardine. Basically just on top of each other. You don't even get a chance to breathe. You feel like giving up, and I think that's the part that I am afraid of the most. I remember the last time when I went to the birth center to give birth, and I was in the transition phase. I was like, oh God, this is what I hate. That I was literally saying that because I know I literally hate that part of it. But the beauty about it is that it comes, it goes, and some people forget about it, some people don't. You know, I don't really forget about it, but I get over it. So, but yeah, that's about it, guys. That's it. And it's 9 o'clock, and at my appointment. So I'll wrap up when I come back. Yes, guys. So